So if you're watching this video, this little intro, I'm recording this on Thursday. The storm passed through on Sunday. This has been, I don't know, 4 days now, 5 days. We're still without power. Just want to say that what you're going to see in a moment is our experience through the storm. We weren't the worst. It's not super impressive video, but it's a snapshot of what we were like to experience a storm maybe 45 miles from the eye of the storm when it was all said and done. We didn't think it was going to pass this close. We most certainly did not experience the worst of it. I really feel for all the people in LaBouche Parish, Terrebonne Parish, St. John the Baptist Parish that is all to our west, but very, very close. So anyway, it was just my recollection, my accounting of what it was like to experience Hurricane Ida. So, good morning. It is Sunday, August 29th. Hurricane Ida is scheduled to make landfall at around, well, as of last night, I haven't seen the weather report this morning, but as of last night, it was supposed to make landfall at around 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon, and by that it means that's when the eye is supposed to come, the center of the eye is supposed to come ashore. And right now it is supposed to be, according to last night's tracks, it's supposed to be due south of us. And from the wind, it looks like that's true. I'll need to go inside and go look at the weather reports. Most everybody on my block, I live on a 1 block long street that dead ends, and the 11 or so houses that are on this street. So only one family evacuated, but at work, half of the people have evacuated. So I'm not one of them. I don't have small kids anymore. So Christine's still in the garage. Minor things, you know. Things that aren't that important. You kind of see the wind starting to kick up behind me. So I'm going to take a walk through the neighborhood here a little bit, just the block, just to kind of video and the before, because believe me, the after is going to be a mess. You know, one of the things I really
understand that if you were in the white here, it is reasonable that you see over 100 miles per hour. Now, there are going to be some down towards Thibodeau and Houma, especially that I think will be closer to 120 and 130, maybe a little higher to 140 as you get closer, and then 160 to 180 to even up towards 200 miles per hour near that eye and landfalls. That is where the worst will be.
And you're saying even as far as Slidell?
So I went to my office to go turn off the automatic transfer switch in the generator, only to learn that there's no way to do it. There's nobody there to monitor anything, so if it goes on, there's nobody there to enjoy the power that it provides, or put out a fire if it starts. Anyway, on the drive over though, it was like a ghost town. I couldn't believe how abandoned the streets are, how abandoned everything is, and so it's kind of like it's surreal. It's surreal. It's like apocalyptic, you know. I'm gonna just something else. And everything's gonna get torn up. I know it. And the wind's starting to pick up. The storm hadn't yet made landfall. It was starting to get squally looking weather. The trees are starting to get a little more agitated. It'll fall apart more. I think we got another 5 or so hours before it gets really bad. So I'll keep you updated. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of sideways rain. 9:30 in the morning. Storm hadn't yet made landfall. It's approaching Fourchon. Grand Isle, it's south of here. I think the storm is due south right now, maybe. I can't talk to the wind right now. It's kind of like Usually you can see the clouds, you can see which way they're swirling, but right now we can't. So we've got another maybe 5 hours before it hits to, actually, no, I'm sorry. It's supposed to get bad around 3 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock. Yeah, so it's about 5 hours. I'll keep you posted. Anyway, here comes a gust of wind. It gets blustery. It's not steady. It's not like the wind blows and it just stays howling. At least not where we are. We're probably about, say, 70 miles ish from the eye wall, maybe. So 60 miles, if that, and it's going to get closer. We're going to get Category 4 now. It'll be Category 2 by the time it gets to approaching Thibodeau, Baton Rouge, and that's probably the closest it'll get to where I'm at, in the outskirts of New Orleans. So it's going to be bad the next 12 hours. I'll give you another update when I can. I'm standing on my front steps. Yeah. I'm concerned because like that tree, that rain tree right there has got some dead limbs. Oh, this is crazy. And it gets, we're way away from it. We're probably what? 70 miles maybe from where it is, from where the eye is. Incredibly windy. We're about 60 miles from the eye. Eye's going towards Thibodeau, Baton Rouge, Denham Springs maybe. It comes in squalls, man. These bursts when they hit, they're relentless. You're inside and you just feel it. We're 60 miles away from the eye. It's supposed to be this, like this, or worse. It's supposed to get worse over the next couple of hours. And I don't know. Check back in a little bit. Well, it's kicked up now. I don't know. It's about 3:30. I don't even know what time it is. My neighbor's starting to lose roof shingles left and right. I'm losing roof shingles. Oh, geez, poor Steve. That's only gonna get worse. I don't know, we still got the worst of it yet to come. Yeah, it's a mess. Yeah, this is only gonna get worse for a couple more hours. So I think we still got the worst of it to come between 3 and 7. So it's about 3:30 now. We got a couple more hours of this. I mean, the eye's not even parallel with us yet. It's supposed to get closer to us still. So anyway, wish me luck. Okay, 4:45. Still not the worst of it. We still got about an hour and a half before it's supposed to get to the worst. So I'm in my attic. We must be losing shingles. We got leaks. Yeah, you got another bucket, bring it. So it's about 6 o'clock. Oh, I mean, it has been rough. I mean, it's hard to really capture this and do it justice. Gutters must be clogged. Yeah. I just had to pull that tree off the power line with my truck. Holy crap. And this is not the worst of it. Holy shit. What the hell? Now it's about somewhere near 7 o'clock. I don't know, the winds have shifted, now they're blowing out of the south, which is what we want. But this damn storm passed, I mean, twice as close to us as what it was supposed to. It is, I mean, splitting the uprights between New Orleans and Baton Rouge. And we are getting hammered right now. Good morning. 6:30 in the morning. Managed to get some sleep. Slept like a rock, to be honest with you. We got our backsides handed to us. It's pretty screwed up. I might have pointed out to you before the tree. You might have seen this in the previous videos. This tree. It's stripped and gone. The root ball rolled over up. Might be able to save it. And then small potatoes is landscaping. A little Drake elm that I've got. Planted that last year. That looks like that's, again, small potatoes. The sound you hear in the background is my neighbor has one of my neighbors has a whole house generator. I haven't yet looked around. I know I'm missing roof shingles. I was in the attic fighting leaks, but I know I'm missing roof shingles. My neighbors are missing roof shingles. We had a text group that we were going back and forth at somewhere around 8 or 9 o'clock. The internet got very spotty, and we couldn't get cell calls, couldn't get texts out. Jeez. Anyway, I got to start the generator this morning to get the refrigerator up. I did get the generator running last night. I think somewhere around 9 o'clock. I said, well, all right, it calmed down enough. I ran a cord through a window and fired up the generator, and I didn't give a damn about the noise. Just turn it on. Got the refrigerator. I ran a refrigerator for about 3 hours last night, and now I got to run it again before we start losing anything. But I'll have the generator running all day. In a little bit, I'm going to take a walk around the neighborhood and show you what kind of devastation we got around here. But anyway, happy Monday. Boy, kitty cat. Oh, Jasmine. Yeah. Live on. So, all right, I got my generator running. It's got the house powered up. It's, I don't know, around 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning. I got my electric chainsaw and the generator. Got a long extension cord out to the front street. I'm gonna go cut up a tree that's laying in the middle of the street. They're saying 5 days for water and as many as 3 to 5 weeks for power. So I don't know how they're probably gonna do this. We'll see. Two gas chainstalls, still got them in the garage, but they never run. So I got tired of it. I got me an electrical, and now as long as I have generator power, I'll do that. So one less thing. Now that I'm all stinky though, I have no way to take a shower anytime today. So the entire neighborhood was out this morning cleaning up, and you can see some of the trees that were down. And if they were in the street, we typically cut them and pulled them out. We've all swept up. Believe it or not, that's still left over from yesterday. That's rain bands that are just still coming in more than 24 hours after landfall. This kind of stuff all over the place. Crepe myrtle down. This is probably the worst we got in the neighborhood. Tree collapsed on top of the car. Took out all the power lines. I mean, it crushed that Infinity. It's pretty bad. But then if you look at the tree, you can see why. The tree was dead anyway. Took out the power pole way in the back. You can see it. But man, last night that wind was coming out of the east, and it was attacking the broadside of my house, and it was, I was trying to film it and catch it on video, and then every now and then I'd come outside and it would just be too much, and that was relentless. It didn't let up until 8 or 9 o'clock, and that damn storm took a 90-degree turn and headed right for us, and we didn't even know. We didn't know until after the fact. We're like, why is the wind not letting up? And then eventually we got a radio signal, and then we figured out from listening to radio what had happened. And I've since today managed to find my way to see a picture of the track, and it literally took a right turn. It took a right turn. It headed right for us, and then turned back to the north. Thank goodness. So I don't know. It was relentless last night, and I was no more than 40 miles, I think, by the time you finished. I was about 40 miles from the eye. And man, I really feel sorry for those people in Fourchon, in Golden Meadow, Galliana, Thibodeau. That's all Lafouche. That's all Cajun country. That's where my people were from. And I mean, they just got it handed to them. When those pictures come out, it's gonna be something else. So they've got it a lot worse than we do. They really, really do. It's a shame. So this is just the start of a long haul. This could be a little while before I'm able to do any work on Christine. At least I think a month. I hate it. I really hate it. I don't want to lose any time restoring the car, but it's just a simple fact of life. You know, all my spare time is going to be spent trying to rebuild and recover and get everything back on our feet. You know, or without so much right now. We don't have any gas. We don't have any way of paying for gas. We have no internet. We have no cell service. We have nothing. You know, it'll get better. We went through Katrina, and if you've seen my Katrina video about Christine, how we wrote it out and everything, this is a little different. When Christine, when Katrina came through, we didn't know how to deal with it the way we know how to deal with these major storms now. There's been like a half a dozen or a dozen major storms since then. Not necessarily in New Orleans, but Louisiana, Texas, and you know, the governments have their act together a lot better than what they did then. And I'm telling you, for Katrina, they told us evacuate. We did, and then they said don't come back for 6 months. Don't come back for 6 months. And fortunately, none of us listened. I was back here within 19 days. Some people never left, even though we didn't have any services for a long time. But that's what it's going to take. It's going to take every one of us to be here on the ground, boots on the ground, and then to just pull up everybody, pull the whole area, the region as a whole together. And it's just what we're going to have to do. So I appreciate each one of you looking. I appreciate each of you watching the videos. Well wishes and concerns and counsel right now and encouragement it takes on a different meaning. It's not the same. It's one thing when it's like, you know, I hope you figure out how to fix that car. That's one thing. But you know, we're now having to rebuild, you know, a municipality. We're having to rebuild our township. We're having to rebuild so many lives now. So I'm one of the lucky ones. We'll be okay. But stay tuned. I'll be posting more. Cheers.